The topic of reprints has certainly become a bit of a hot topic recently, just because we've had like Revival Collection, we have Clan Collection coming up next month, and now there's another Clan Collection coming out very soon. Well, not that soon, it's in January in Japan, it's probably like March in English. And it is specifically with that upcoming Clan Collection that they have decided to not only reveal all of the arts as well as the gimmicks of all of the decks in that Clan Collection, so 3 and 4, but they've also revealed the entire reprint list in one day last Friday. I was just sitting in a cafe minding my own business, editing away, and the whole reprint list dropped and we got the whole, just everything dropped on us. And so in today's video, we're not going to be talking about all of the decks and the arts and like all those things. I think I'll leave that for another video. Today I want to talk about specifically the reprints that were announced in that set, because I think it's pretty important for people to know not to buy some of these cards right now and wait for them to be reprinted if you're not in a hurry. Now, one universal reprint among all clans is that the Sentinel Criticals with 30k shield have been reprinted for literally everyone. So I guess it makes sense that they draw PGs last year, or I guess this year, January, and then they did Stride Fodders in Clan Collection 1 and 2, and then now I guess they're doing the Crit Sentinels. I wonder what they're going to do after this, because it feels like those are like the big three of like the generics for V-Series. Then let's take a look at the reprints apart from that and talk about all of them in their own kind of like vacuum. First, we have Royals. Now for Royals, this is quite interesting, because Livaro is a pretty easy to get, it's like a card, it's in the Old Mal trial deck, but of course Old Mal trial deck is slowly going out of print, which I think is definitely good, you know, to reprint a card like this that is like a super staple in a lot of our Paladin lists. Richard, I'm not too sure if this was needed. Then again, for Royals, like outside of reprinting the Jewel Knights again, I'm not sure what else they could really do. And then I'm not sure if we got that grade 2. That card I think was introduced as like a Alt-Mile promo support, but I'm not sure if we ever got it in English, so if that's the first time we have it, then that's definitely a-okay for me. So not too much to talk about in the Royal side, but for OTT it's actually pretty cool. They reprinted a bunch of the witches, so basically have the Zozo, the I think Bupu, as well as the Nini, and the Nini, the grade 2 you see there at the bottom, she's actually a promo that we do have in English, but of course promos getting reprinted is always good because they're generally quite hard to get. It's a bit of a shame they didn't reprint Coco because she's only a triple rare, and the whole support for OTT in this set is like based around Coco and witches, so I don't really get why they didn't reprint Coco. So that one's a bit of a question mark, but I guess like they still hit the good witches, so I guess it's fine. And then for Genesis, I think this one's pretty good. Gleipnir is definitely a pretty like sought after triple rare from VBT12, and I think it was about that time that they reprinted. Like they reprinted Yafkil already, so you might as well reprint Gleipnir eventually too. I think it's only been a year since Gleipnir was printed too, like not even a year actually. So this is pretty cool. And then the Ulixus, I guess, is nice. Like he was a pretty nice grade 2 for the most part, but I think it was pretty easy to get, so I'm not sure if he needed reprinting. Then that grade 2 I don't remember at all actually. I'm not sure if that's a promo we never got or if that's like an old common we never got. I think it is a common that we did have, but I'm not too sure about its application, so I'm just not going to say much more than that because I don't feel too educated on this one. Moving forward though, we have Kagero, and this one I actually quite like, because they reprinted the Heatshot Dragon. I think Heatshot is like a super important card in Overlord decks, so reprinting it is nice. They also reprinted the Blademaster Grade 2 promo that was pretty easy to get, and this wasn't run in Blademaster much anymore, but maybe this will be important for like the future decks that they are bringing out in this set. So we'll see, I think that's quite cool. And I think that grade 1 there is also a promo I also think we never got in English if I'm not mistaken. So again, if promos are being reprinted and brought back, then that's always a good thing. And for Murakumo, I'm quite happy with this one. I think they actually hit like the big 3 here. So Miyomaru already had a reprint, but his first print was a promo, his second print was basically like a rare in a festival collection, and so now him being in foil again is really nice, and also just basically being out like into the market again, because this was a very important card for Hyuga and now it's finally back, so that's also very good. Awazu is also a very important grade 2 that we've seen come up in various decks time and time again, both in V and in Premium. The Metamorphox is also a very important card in general. I'm pretty sure, did we not have a reprint of it in Revival Selection, or was that the other one? I'm not too sure, but it's good. I do like this one. I think it's a good overall, like good solid 3 reprints for Murakumo. Now Okami I'm actually quite happy about as well. I feel like they could have reprinted Chatura into this as well instead of the grade 2 that they chose, but Jaggy Shot is a very, very good pick. I think Jaggy Shot was a smart choice overall. It's just a super staple for any Vanquisher deck, and so of course for that reason it's important. The Baruka, the grade 2 promo, like she was a Vanquisher promo that's quite easy to get in English as well. Like she's been out in English for quite a while actually, but It is pretty hard to get, and she's only, you know, in common, so having her in foil is gonna be pretty good too. But she hasn't really been used that much, I feel like, in Vanquisher too, because the Voltec Shred just has a better timing than her, I want to say, but she has the like advantage of pulling stuff from the back row. It's still a good reprint though. I just don't get that grade 2. Like, that's like a common from one of the V sets. Like, I guess maybe it's gonna be useful with like the stuff in the clan collection for Narukami, but man, that one just felt kind of weird. And then of course my boys DP for Dimension Police. I think this reprint list is very nice. Die Dragon was getting very expensive and very hard to come by, and some lists like mine, I know I got some flack for running Die Dragon still. I still think it's a nice card to have back in circulation, so it's good that they reprinted that. Plus Die Brave. Die Brave has already had a few printings, so this one was kind of like whatever. But Die Dragon, definitely a very good reprint, and Gel Sludge especially. Gel Sludge is such a good reprint. This is a promo that came out for DP that is a staple in both formats, and arguably run at a 4 of in both formats in the current state of things. So this was a very, very good reprint, by far, in my opinion, the most important one. For Spikes, we actually have the promo Gunburst Linebacker. I think we got this as a promo in English first, before Japan or something, and I think they eventually got it too, but this felt like a pretty cool like removal promo. I think it was a removal promo or Spikes, so I think for that reason it is actually quite cool to have. And then I think the other two came out in the Rising booster, so like the Luard booster, so I guess it's nice. Like, they're both rares if I remember correctly, so that's pretty nice to have too. But I think that the promo being reprinted is definitely the highlight for Spikes here. I feel like there might have been some better things that could have reprinted though. Like, obviously most of the stuff they could have reprinted are VRs, but I'm not sure. Then for Pale Moon, I think these are quite good. Dorian is a pretty important grade 3 for Pale Moon, and then we have like the Silverthorn Dragon grade 4 that came out as a promo that I think we never got in English, so that's always going to be a very good thing. But where is the Nightmare Doll? What happened to like the Nightmare Doll grade 1 that we're still missing? That one promo that Nightmare Dolls really need in V series. Like, people in English run the Rinea as the replacement for her, but I guess it makes sense for them to reprint Rinea just because she's like she's a Silverthorn, and this set has Silverthorns in it. But at the same time, like, you had other really good Silverthorn cards to reprint. Like, where's Irina? Like, Irina's super important. Like, where is she, right? So Pale Moon ones are like good, but also could have been better. Like, definitely leave something to be desired. For Bermuda, I think these ones are pretty good. Not Aqua, but it's all right. We have the grade 1 promo that I think we never got in English, if I'm not mistaken. Ellie is pretty good. Ellie is a very staple card, so I think that's quite nice. And Foil Latka, I guess that's quite good too. She's available as a rare and a pretty cheap one at that, but I guess for printing it doesn't hurt because, again, it's a pretty important card. We basically have Maelstrom support plus Tidal Assault for the Aquaforce wave, so I think it's quite nice, but oh boy, man. I think instead of Tidal Assault, you know, Tidal Assault is a necessary card, right? People do need it, but man, this is the slot that should have gone to Pursuit Assault. How many more sets do we have to see where Aquaforce gets reprints and we don't see Pursuit Assault? There is no other card that the English community is asking for us to get that Japan has access to that we still don't have than Pursuit Assault. Please, just print Pursuit Assault already. Title is cool, but it's not Pursuit Assault. And then we have Mega Colony. Again, here we have another promo. I think this was a Machining grade 3 that came out as a promo at some point. And then the grade 2, there is also a promo that we recently got in English, so those are cool. 2 promos that, like, I think one of them we don't even have in English, which is definitely quite good, and the grade 2 I think is Gridora support, which is also pretty nice. The grade 1, I don't remember what that was. It's a grade 1 I think from the Luart set. I don't know, I'm kind of blanking on it, to be honest. So far, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. You know, some of these are like really nice. Some of them are like okay at best. But we're doing okay. We're doing all right. Let's move on to Clan Collection Volume 4, though, where we start with Angels. Now, for Angels, that first card, honestly, I don't really get it. But that second one is a promo that, again, I don't think we have in English. She powers up for all of your damage, I think. And then when you ride over her, you can basically, like, swap damage and call something from damage, which is pretty good. So she's a promo that I'm glad we have. Foil Sarafiel is very, very nice. Like, that is a card that's only been available as a rare. In Japan, they had it as a congrats promo, I think. But that's a card I'm very happy to have in foil finally for my Gavriel deck too. For Shadows, I think they hit some pretty good ones. We could have had Morfessa, I guess, among these, which would have been quite nice. But the Owl, or the Eagle rather, the Eagle first, is a pretty nice one. It was a promo that never got reprinted, but I don't think it was a very expensive one, and like some premium Luard decks do use it. The Owl is very good though. Owl, somehow, of the entire Luard package from the V series, you can still get Luards easily, Drag Drivers easily, Morfessas easily, like everything in that package you can get pretty easily, except for the Abyssal Owl. somehow the Abyssal Owl is the only one that's like super elusive. So I think reprinting the Abyssal Owl is really, really smart because that's by far the most expensive card from the entire Luard package from V. The Swells, I guess, is pretty good too. I mean, it's rare that now you can have as a foil, so I guess people will be quite thankful for that. Golds, I think they struck gold with, no pun intended there as well, because Sagramore, it was printed once, never reprinted again. It's pretty hard to come by and it's still run to this day, and they basically reprinted the whole Azel package, which is very nice. Howl wasn't as bought out, I think, but I think it was pretty hard to get because it was a double rare, and then of course the Wonder Azel has been going up in price over time because, you know, especially with this whole set being Azel reliant, that's a very good reprint. However, we still need the Blonde Azel itself to be reprinted, which we still don't have, and that is getting more and more expensive, and the VR reprint protection keeps going up and up and up in price too. So yeah, please reprint the VRs at some point, hopefully soon, because it's starting to get a little bit dangerous now. Moving on, for Nubatama, I think they also hit some really good ones. Magatsu Gale as well as the Magatsu Breath are both really good, especially the Gale is like a staple in both formats for Nubatama. And then this is the most important one. This promo is so important for Magatsu actually, because it basically lets you like set up your soul faster and have like stronger, like, you know, just more grade 3s in the soul faster, which gets you the full effect. And with this support, like this set having Magatsu support, that is very, very important. For Tachikage, pretty good reprints too. Like the Laceratex is pretty good just because it is actually like, it's a rare, but it's pretty hard to come by these days, so that's a good reprint. The other two are also quite decent, but again, they're like cards that are pretty easy to come by because Tachi's never really been an expensive clan, so that's good, I guess, yeah. Nova Grappa support is pretty good. Again, this is a Beast Deity support set, so for that reason, I think it makes sense they reprint Beast Deities. And most importantly, that promo, the Sword Brand Grade 1, like that card has been run quite a bit. We do have it in English. It is a promo that came out quite recently, but it's good to have in an easier to get state and also in foil. Oh, for Link Joker, I'm very happy. I hope that soon we get a Messiah wave of support for Clan Collection maybe in the future, but this is a nice one. The Singularity Sniper is a promo that is quite hard to get, and for that reason, I think it's quite cool. That grade 1, this grade 1 you see there is also promo. You know how you had to get it? During the Shop League before COVID. Literally the COVID Shop League that most people couldn't participate in. This was before Shop Leagues went remote, before Remote Buy was even launched. So there's probably like 5 people in the world that own this grade 1 because of how hard it is to get. Like, there's no Link Joker promo in my opinion that is harder to get than this cat, and some decks do run it. That's the worst part. Some decks do actually run it, and then you just feel bad. So thank you for printing it and also giving it a full treatment too, because this, especially in English, like in Japanese it was quite easy to get, but in English we somehow just had the worst timing where this came out right at the start of COVID and it was just impossible to find. The Opener of Dark Gates or whatever she's called, like that grade 1, is also quite good. Like, she's running Chaos, or I'm not sure if she'll still be running Chaos, but she was until now, so pretty good. I like that. Dark Regulars, Dimension Creeper, V-Series this time has also been reprinted, which is good. The Rhodia is very important. That's a promo that again is run in Premium and run in V2, so again, very good, and also in foil now. Doreen the Thruster, I'm not sure if this was necessary or not. Like, it's cool, I guess. It's a double rare from a while back, and I guess if it's gonna be important now, then that's fine. Especially because like this is like an Amon wave, and she came out with Amon back then, so maybe she's important. And then for Gears, ooh, for Gears there are some promos that we're missing, you know, that we've been missing for quite a while. There's like that, like the grade 0 dog promo that like we never got. It was like becomes a grade 4 in your bind zone. The one they choose was basically the Orcust guy, the accordion like card that makes guard restricts for your turn, and then that double rare from I think the next stage booster. And then finally the Kurunta, which is the promo that we recently got for Gears. I mean, we've had it for Gears for quite a while now, and it's not that hard to come by in English either, but it's nice. It's gonna have a foil reprint, and I don't think it's running Gears anymore, to be honest, because of the Chronos Command wave of support, but it's cool. We'll take it. We'll definitely take it. And finally, this last 3, we have Grand Blue, which I think actually hit some very good ones. Still no Columbard reprint, which I think we still haven't had reprinted quite yet, so I really hope that next, please, Clan Collection 5 and 6, Columbard reprint, yes, please, very good. But the Ghost Ship is like a 1 to 2 of in most decks, so that's very important. Skeleton Navigator is very, very important because this card is run in basically every single Grand Blue deck, but it is a common. However, it is nice to have more of it in circulation, and now that it's a triple rare foil, it'll be easier to get them even more because people will probably want to upgrade their rarities and put the commons back into circulation too. Cutlass is also a good one. That's a rare that I think never got reprinted either because it was played and then it got dropped, and now I think it's being played again. So I also like that a a lot. I think it's a good reprint, and the Crit Sentinel is good for this clan in particular because, of course, they usually run quite a few crits. Up next, we have Great Nature. I don't know what to make of these reprints, to be honest. One of them is a promo that I think we might not have yet, which is that Grade 1 on the right. Apart from that, these were like rares and commons in past sets, so maybe the Great Nature players can tell me how relevant these are, because for me, this one is a bit of a question mark. I'm not sure if we were missing any promos for Great Nature though, so I think it might just be okay. And finally, Neonectar gets its 75th Sylvia reprint. I'm not kidding. Sylvia has somehow been reprinted like a bajillion times. Almost every single time that there is a chance to reprint anything for Neonectar, Sylvia is the first one on the list. And it makes sense. She's a staple. She's a very important card for Neonectar in like every single build, so it's fine. And I'm glad to see the Maiden of Sweetberry being reprinted too, because that was a rare in the next stage set, and it's been missing in action for quite a while. It's a pretty expensive rare while we're at it too, so I'm glad that it was reprinted because this one is very, very important. I'm glad we have it. And that Musketeer that gains 10k, I guess, will be important for Cecilia, so I guess we'll allow it. Alright, so there you go. Those are all the reprints that we have in the upcoming clan collections. What do you guys think of them? Let me know in the comments. You know, are there any cards missing that you would rather have? You know, rest in peace Pursuit Assault, you basically don't exist at this point. There's definitely some cards that I hope to see reprinted in clan collections 5 and 6, you know, like Colombard, like Pursuit Assault, please finally bringing him in, and just a bunch of other cards that I feel like are kind of like missing in action. I'm not really sure why. But apart from that, like a lot of these reprints are really good. I do like them. I think Crit Sentinels are also quite good for some clans, but for some others, they don't really matter. Some of them have been getting kind of expensive. I think the Neonectar one was going for quite a price too. So the reprints are quite good. I think they are quite good, and most of them do deserve to be reprinted too. And of course, reprints are a good thing. That's what we like about clan collection, is that they put old cards back into circulation. I'm just waiting for the day that we start seeing VRs back as well. And I'm assuming that like future clan collections, after the VR reprint protection thing is over, we'll probably start reprinting them too. I just kind of hope they shorten the reprint protection to like maybe next year, and then we can start seeing old VRs reprinted already, because it's been quite a while. Anyway, enough talking. That is it for me today. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you like the content, please subscribe. Also, again, let me know in the comments which reprints are you happy about, which ones do you feel like are still missing and should be reprinted. Later on, probably next week, we'll talk about the actual decks in this set as well, and all the different supports that are out, because I think there's quite a lot of surprises that were revealed too, so I just want to discuss them with you guys as well. But anyway, that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.